This week on The Real Housewives of Potomac.
Oh my God. Jacqueline. No, ma'am. No.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the new episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 11. Let's get right into this. Alright, so this episode opens up with Mia, and it's nice to see that it's her and her kids at like some game place, and they're having fun. That's really important for the kids to go out, be distracted. You know, last week's episode, seeing the kids around Mia and Gordon and them having the conversation about divorce and all of this made me feel very bad that they are in this, like, their collateral damage of such a messy situation because of the adults in this. So I hope this doesn't affect them. So that Stacey, Gizelle, and Karen meet up. Stacey invited them to have lunch, so they ordered their food and they talk about an event that Karen is hosting called the Love Lagoon. That sounds like something I would like to attend. Gizelle and Karen keep encouraging Stacey to ditch TJ and to hook up with somebody. Gizelle even says, "We want you to have more penises." Stacey, that was just like, don't listen to them, leading you to the sin of fornication. Gizelle suggests that TJ is not having sex with her, with Stacey, but he is somewhere else. Especially because he spends his time in LA working on some shows. I think he's like an extra on some shows. Probably he has like a line. But Stacey's still defending her man. Okay, so then Wendy invites all the women, Mia, Ashley, Gizelle, Stacey, Jacqueline, Kriana, to a boutique. Jacqueline walks in and they're like, "Oh, we haven't seen you in a while." She's quick to be like, "Well, I haven't been invited to y'all's events." I can't with Jacqueline. She is a mess. So once in the boutique, Wendy tells them that they will be taking a trip to Panama. That's going to be their cash trip this season. Love that. I didn't like Kriana's shade to Latin America. She said, "I would much rather be in Europe eating caviar." Kriana, stop it. So Wendy says, we're going on this trip. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's shop for some clothes. So everyone is shopping around. So Karen's Love Lagoon. This event is going to be at Karen's house, and it's going to be for all the women and their plus ones, which is going to be their significant others. So their husbands, boyfriends, whatever. Now, Mia isn't going to be able to take Gordon because he's busy doing something. Jacqueline is not invited. So she has an idea. She goes up to Karen and says, "Hey, Karen, would it be okay if..." Karen says, "Nope. Nope, no, 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 no." Karen already knew what the question was. And the answer is going to be no. Jacqueline is not going to be allowed in her house. And I get that. Because, your home, I believe that people's homes are their sanctuary. And you don't want people that you don't like to be in your sanctuary. You don't want those energies to be in your safe space. So I understand why she wouldn't want Jacqueline there. Okay, so the next scene is Kriana. She's in the house with Greg and her brother. She's trying to figure out if they're going to Panama City or Panama the country. How do you not know what Panama it is, but you're shading it? Like, make it make sense. So she says that the theme of this trip is going to be liberation because there's a lot of divorces or whatnot. I kind of feel bad for Greg. He looks very uncomfortable filming. And I don't blame him. I mean, he's not used to this. These scenes just feel so forced. And I really do think that it's because he feels uncomfortable filming. I don't know what it is. I see a lot of people on social media are thinking like, "Oh, he's not into Kriana." I don't think that's what it is. I honestly think he just feels really awkward. But yeah, Kriana scenes are like, I could use the restroom when they come up. Then we see Stacey with a woman named Nora. Nora is her auntie, but they don't have much of an age difference, so she's actually more of like a sister to her. So they're talking about Stacey's divorce. Stacey says that when she is not with her ex-husband, she's like happier. So clearly that marriage is like over for sure. Nara is then asking about Stacey's new boyfriend. Nora thinks that TJ is very good looking. She's going crazy over him. And Stacey says, yeah, but we're not sleeping together. And Nora says, that's for the better. That's the way it should be. And Stacey's like, wow, like that is, you are the first person to tell me that. Like that's the first time I've heard that because I've heard only the opposite. And Nora says, yeah, that's what God told us to do. And listen, y'all, I respect all religions and customs. I agree with Nora. I am of the belief of I follow what the Bible says. I believe that is how it should be. So I'm glad that she said that to Stacey. I know in this world that's not a popular opinion, but you know what? I'd rather be on that narrow path than the wide one. But you know what? No judgment. So then Gizelle is following up on the man who she met on her blind date, Namza. They're on an official date. They went to like a salsa dancing restaurant place, which is hilarious because Gizelle actually sucks at dancing. But let me tell y'all something. This man's into her. He is so into her. Also, I don't know if y'all heard or saw Giselle's interview that she did a few days ago on the Breakfast Club, but in that interview, she was talking about this specific man, and Giselle on that interview complained that she didn't like that he would tell her how beautiful she was too many times or something like that. I remember thinking that is ridiculous. I was like, Giselle, this man likes you for real. Why are you running away from that? And even on this day, on this particular scene that we see, she's asking him some questions, and one of those is, are you a criminal? You have a criminal past? And he's like, no. And apparently she didn't like this, because she says that, like, she wants a man to be a low mean to her. Like, she basically said she wants a bad boy. I was like, ma'am, you are in your mid-50s. You sound immature. That is some toxicity. Like, you want a man to be mean to you, you might need some therapy. Like, what the hell? Or, maybe, sometimes, maybe, some people who aren't used to true love, maybe they don't crave it. I don't know. But I just thought it was crazy to hear her say that. Like, but anyway, then they dance. Overall, it was a good date, though. Alright, so then it is the day for the Love Lagoon event. Now, Karen went all out. She decorated her backyard with tables and chairs and all this. She hired two mermaids. Ray was being so nice to the mermaids. He liked the mermaids. The people get on their way to the event. Ashley is going with her new man, the white guy, Josh. And Giselle's going again with Namza. They all four of them rode together actually. Ashley says that she's actually been spending quite a bit of time with Josh. Stacey arrives with TJ. Karen had the coolest drinks. I wanted to try one so bad. I'm telling you, she definitely got an A+ for this event. Mia arrived alone. How you got two men and you come alone? Okay. Jazzy and her man were there. We haven't seen Jazzy in a while. And then Eddie and Wendy were there. Wendy thinks that Karen might have been inspired by her birthday party because it's pretty similar. I could see how she maybe thinks that. But yeah, I love seeing Karen be introduced to Ashley and Giselle's men. That was really funny. So it's time to play the game. So they're all there. They're all sitting next to their couple. And literally the first question was messy as hell. Do you think your partner has cheated on you? Wow. Ray says no. Awkward silence. Hashtag blue eyes. Stacey says, well, despite what Gizelle and Karen have said about what TJ does when he's in LA, no, I don't think so. And Gizelle says, oh, well, I didn't think y'all were a couple, so that doesn't apply. And then TJ says, I'd have to agree with her. I was just like, excuse me? Stacey says, okay, well, are you sleeping with anyone when you're in LA? And TJ says, my Bugs Bunny who's in my bed. TJ, we can't continue to defend you when you say things like that. What? My Bugs Bunny, I can't. Oh, Lord. And then it gets messy when it comes to Jazzy. Jazzy says yes. She thinks Darius has cheated on her. Damn. Well, we all know he is, or he has. I mean, that baby story, that sealed the deal. I'm glad that Jazzy is at least self-aware. Obviously, the Ofesos say no, and Krian and Greg say no. Mia then says that on behalf of Gordon, she'll answer that no. And everyone's like, Mia, what? And Mia's like, no, well, it's not cheating if I knew that who he was sleeping with. Stacey asks, well, have you cheated on Gordon? And Mia says, yes, I have. She's so loud and proud about it, too. The next question is then asked by Kriana. She says, TJ, this could give you some insight. Are you dominant or submissive? I thought that was a little out of line for her to say to a grown man. But he says, well, I'm not a virgin. And Ashley says, oh, you're not? Kriana and Wendy say that they're submissive. Of course, Mia is dominant, but she says that she was dominant when she was with Gordon, but with Ink, she's submissive. She says that he likes to choke her. Of course, Gizelle and Karen had to come with the short jokes. Can we stop that? I mean, why? My whole thing with the short jokes, it's never made sense to me because why shame? To me, it's a form of body shaming. Like, I don't want to sound too, crazy, but like, why shame someone on something that there's nothing they can do to change? But anyway, Giselle's man says that he's dominant, so Giselle's in for a ride. And then Ashley says that when she does it with women, she's the dominant, but when she's with men, she's submissive. Stacey gets her card, and she says, when me and TJ do it, I'm going to be dominant. And TJ says, no, I am. Oh my gosh, you guys, the secondhand embarrassment of seeing them is crazy. Also, have y'all catch that anytime TJ says anything, Ashley is always like whispering something underneath her breath? What is that about? What's her issue? Ray says that back in the day, Karen used to tear him up. So as you can tell, everyone's everyone's laughing. It's funny. They're having such a fun time. Then they start playing the Jaws theme song, the editors. They hear some barking, and Karen looks over, and she sees Jacqueline start to arrive with a bunch of balloons on her hand. Karen immediately gets up, and she's like, no, no ma'am, no ma'am, Jacqueline? And then boom, to be continued. That's where it ended. Listen, y'all, this was such a fun episode. It really was funny to watch them all just, sit around and answer all of these questions. I really actually enjoyed this episode. Y'all let me know what your thoughts were. I can't wait to see the continuation next week of Karen. She's definitely going to kick her out, so I can't wait to see that. But y'all, please let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a great one.